Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami, powered by 786 Sports. My name is Julio, and I'm joined today by some friends and fellow Inter Miami fans, Dave, Chris, and Jose. And on behalf of the guys, we want to thank you for stopping by the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. Before we begin, a huge shout out to our chief Heron Heads, Chow and Mani V. Thank you so much for the continued generous support. And if you'd like to support us on Patreon, you will find a link in the description wherever you are listening, as well as a link to a bunch of other fun stuff. So check that out. And for those of you watching live on YouTube, if you could please hit the like and subscribe buttons, it helps us out a ton. Totally free to you. And it makes Jose happy. So with that all said, we'll be previewing Inter Miami's match against San Jose that takes place tomorrow night in about 25 hours from now, because it's a late kickoff. So going to be another burn the midnight oil type game, which have not gone so well for us lately. But how's everyone doing? I feel like it's been a while since all four of us were in the same show.
We're finally back.
The gang's all back together.
Yep. It has been quite some time, huh? Yeah.
Bunch of slackers up in this top row.
Vacation.
I was just here like a few days ago. I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, man, glad we're all back together. The gang's all together again, and what better way to feel this misery than together, right? We're on a very bad slump, everybody. If you guys haven't noticed, it's not good, Bob. And I have no proof or reason to say otherwise for tomorrow night. But hey, it's a mid-week matchup. It's late, 10:30 Eastern, and should be fun. Are we gonna do a watch along finally or no? No, right?
No.
Not for this one.
No. The watch alongs we're 0-2 in the watch along, so I don't think it's
a nasty 0-2. It's not even.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's been bad.
But yeah, hey,
I wanted to
midweek fixture.
I wanted to. I was like, why not? Why not? We can't keep losing.
Jose might do one.
Oh yes, we can.
We might it's gotta turn around, right?
Yeah,
right.
Eventually,
right. All right, so I believe there's some news that has been coming out over the last couple days. Chris, what do you have for us?
Some rumors, really. One of them was from Claudio Football. He's a ESPN Argentina reporter, but I found it interesting because I really didn't see it come from anywhere else. It's the only one I've seen, but it was a rumor saying that Messi requested a phone call or conversation or meeting with the leadership for Inter Miami. So the Mas brothers and Beckham, they don't know what it's about. That hasn't come out, but supposedly it took place yesterday. You could speculate as to what it was. Could it be the contract extension conversation that's been going on for a little bit? Could it be the whole Mascherano coaching, Mascherano out situation? It's not looking great. There's a few different topics that could have been spoken about, but I just found it interesting. It was an interesting report that came out. So maybe, I doubt we'll hear much more about that. This team's very hush hush when it comes to those kind of things. So, but we'll see what comes out of that. You guys have any thoughts about that at all?
I hope he's talking about his contract. I don't know if there's any conversation that Messi can have about Mascherano other than it being like, hey, maybe bringing in my friend was a mistake. It's kind of a tricky position, right? Because Mascherano clearly was named the manager because of his connection with Messi in some capacity, right? It might not have been all of the reason, but it was probably a good portion of the reason. So now it's this weird position where Messi's unhappy with obviously how the team's been playing. I'm sure Mascherano's unhappy with how the team's been playing, but it's he's got to know. He's got to be a little bit self-aware that Mascherano's here because Messi wanted him here. So I'm going to hope that it's talks for contracts, and I don't know. But even that's tricky now because, what is the long-term view of this team? What are the prospects here that we're talking about? Is it all down to the manager, or is there something systematically wrong with how this club is built, with how the squad is built, that would, make him not want to play here for too long? So I don't know. I'm hoping it's contract extension talks. Obviously, that's been something that's been talked about and rumored about for the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I think he's in a tricky position in regards to Mascherano.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that it's not about contract talks, because if it is, it's probably not good. Considering that like we've been doing terribly, if I'm Messi and I call for an immediate ASAP emergency meeting with just the head honchos, I don't know. I'm probably not talking about good things, especially when we've been losing and it's just been a very unhappy experience for him. Just you can see it. You can see him playing, guys. Like it's not fun, not fun. So for me, I'm hoping that it was more so like centered around how to fix the thing rather than trying to burn the thing and let's get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Because it could be one or the other, right? I have it's not like anything in between. I feel it's like one or the other.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jose. I don't think it's everything's going so well. Let's pony up again for next season. There's no way that's the conversation that had to so urgently be discussed from one day to the next. So yeah, I think that it's either how are we fixing this? This isn't working, or this isn't working. Let's facilitate my way out of here. So hopefully let's see how they fix things and not the latter.
It could be the ultimate leverage, right? The team's not doing well. I can fix this. Make sure I'm here long term. Pay me more.
More? I mean,
I don't know if that's possible.
Give me more of the club.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Chris said, I don't know if we'll ever learn any specifics or details from it, unless Mascherano mysteriously doesn't appear tomorrow night at the San Jose game and he's just revealed to be out as manager. I don't think we'll get any. I don't think we'll become more
bodyguard.
There's two signs that we'll see if something really happened. It's either Mascherano gets fired all of a sudden, or we have a contract extension by the end of the week. That'll kind of give us a
also
hint.
Another thing to think about is like I'm just what's happening with Suarez, right? And is that somewhat in the conversation also, right? Like it's kind of been mysterious why he's not playing the last two games.
Well, they say he's been
I read
he was at a wedding.
I think his brother-in-law's wedding or something like that.
It's one of those rare month-long
personal
weddings.
Reasons. Pachanga is what he's doing. Yeah. He's out on the yacht, out on the golf course.
It was in Spain.
Taking it back.
And apparently, I don't know. I think the president of Uruguay passed away recently too this week. I don't know if that's another reason they may not be coming tomorrow, but it's mostly, I believe, the brother-in-law thing.
Chris is just reading all of Hola magazine, getting all of the scoop.
He's going deep in the Uruguay news cycle.
Yeah, he read the papers. He's like, oh,
trying to get the best news for you guys.
That's right. So follow at the Heron Heads for more great content from Uruguay.
The abuelo of the bolero down the street from where he grew up passed away, and now he's in mourning.
His childhood trainer. And last little bit of information I got for you guys is another rumor is more Benha talk. There is a supposed rumor now that Juventus is the club that is kind of looking at Benha and is maybe interested in the summer window or wants to try him out or something like that. So that's an interesting one. It's the second one in the last couple months. So sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. You know, there may be teams kind of poking around, prodding, see what they could get out of Benha, what they could get out of Inter Miami to get Benha. I don't know what other teams see in him right now. We haven't seen much from him this season or really last season, for being honest. So would be interesting. I did say last episode that I think he's playing out of position, and that's Mascherano's fault. Maybe that's why he's not looking well. But honestly, Tata played him similarly as well. So yeah, it's just interesting rumor talk there.
Yeah, I think teams can be interested, right? He's on their radar. He's on their list of players to watch. But yeah, with his run of form really for almost over a year, if not over a year, I think it's tough to say that he is someone that would bring value to a team, especially like that. Like even if we're talking about like Tottenham, which was rumored a couple weeks ago or towards the beginning of the season, like I don't think he brings anything above any of the players that are on either of those squads. So yeah, like I said, like he might be on clubs' short lists because he is a promising talent, but with his actual production on the pitch, it doesn't warrant an actual move. That would lead to serious playing time, any playing time. It would be like a long-term type play.
Yeah, I read that it's since he's been getting so much run, it's like Miami trying to showcase him for these teams, but what are they showcasing? Like he hasn't been productive. It's been a little bit of a disappointment. Like he holds value for us because he's a serviceable young player and more so a serviceable young local player, which it adds to his allure for us here in South Florida. But him in Juventus, I don't see what value. Just like I didn't see the value of him going to Tottenham. I don't see any value of him going to Juve. So it's a fun little rumor. It's fun to speculate about being able to make another sale like we did with Gomez. But I mean, the gulf in talent between what Gomez was showing on his way out and what Cremasi has shown throughout his tenure with us is just massive. So
It's a whole other
I
level.
don't expect any kind of sale. I mean, if anything, just a trade within this league, or maybe he goes to Argentina. But like, I don't even see how they could be clamoring for what he's shown.
Yeah. Crema, I haven't been a fan of him this year, and from half of last year as well. So I don't know what he could possibly bring to a Juventus squad. Not even like I would imagine they have enough depth to like not need him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like a youth pickup. It would be someone
Right.
that they would
Like
put into their youth squad.
Juventus, like
Right, exactly. And then see if he pans out, and if he doesn't, sell him on, move on. That's just part of the machine of world soccer.
I don't get it. Like I totally understood the Gomez one, right? Like he was hitting his stride and he's done well. He's done pretty well over there, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, and him, we miss him dearly right now, right? We were hoping that Kanamasi would fill that void, that vacuum that was left behind, but no, he has not done that, and neither has the people that we replaced Gomez with Segovia.
And to be honest, they got Gomez really at the good time for Brighton because they got him as he was kind of going up here. So yeah, they paid a lot for him, but technically, if he pans out to what he has the potential to be, they got him for super cheap, and they got him at the right time. They didn't get him when he was a star in the MLS or anything, but they got him as a rising talent in a pretty good Inter Miami team last season. So Bang has definitely not that.
Not yet,
at least.
Hold on to hope. So let's talk about this San Jose matchup. They seem to be very scary in attack for an Inter Miami defense that has not been great the last few matches, whether that's because of the personnel or because of something more deep-rooted. But their front three is really scary to me. What's his name? Espinosa and obviously Chicho Arango. They are like terrifying on the break. And I think I forget how you pronounce the other guy that's on the left wing. Starts with a B. If someone
Buddha?
can. Yeah,
Buddha.
Like they attack fast, and they're not like only speedsters, but they have a good blend of like speed, passing ability, power, like physicality. And God, I hope we see Falcon in the starting 11, because I don't understand the Lujan. Like I understand like, oh, he's Argentine, and like Mascherano is going to start all the Argentine players, but like we got to see Falcon out there. We got to see someone that can be physical, deal in the dark arts of like, getting physical with people and on set pieces, sort of like pushing and nudging. But this Lujan experiment needs to end. And yeah, like that comment says, San Jose has scored the most goals in the league. Like it's intimidating.
Even Joseph Martinez has 6 goals this season. When we saw him a season ago, it was not fun for us, or it's been already a season and a half, but we didn't like what we saw, and all of a sudden he's scoring goals and he's back to life. he's playing obviously next to Chicho Arango, which helps, and the other attacking stars on there. But yeah, the San Jose attack is scary. They're high scoring. This is the highest scoring team that we've played against so far. And like you said, Julio, the way that our defense is right now, I've always defended our defense since the beginning of the season. I always thought they played very well. But lately, granted, Lujan's been in there, Chelo's there that we obviously don't want. It hasn't helped. And Bright, the formation it did last time was just weird. And, there's a lot of things that Mascherano has done recently to not help the defense at all. But yeah, it's going to be a scary matchup. Falcon definitely needs to be in there.
Which is also like it gets me nervous, right? Even more where I'm like, literally Mascherano's whole thing is he's going to improve our defense, and that's like what we're trying to do, and I feel like we were doing that earlier in the season, but it's I want to say it's also part of the substitutions as of late that's contributed to our defense just fluttering, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know, I can't believe it now. I can't believe that we're not that good anymore. So to be feeling that, right, going into a team that's had the most goals in the league, having an Espinosa that with 5 assists, he's been dishing it out, doing very well. Arango on the other side of it, Chicho, he's one of those things that these are guys that can play, and we're up for a tough opponent, and we couldn't have been playing them at a worse time.
I think the key to this one is just having that sound defensive scheme. And you said at the beginning of the year we were actually really, really nice on defense, and then we had some weird changes and things like that. And I think Mascherano is really doing that to try to unlock the attack, and maybe that's why he's sacrificing a little bit on defense to try to open up the attack. I think if he kind of reverts back to what was working and actually have your sound defense, your true 4 starters in the defense, mix in Cello or Frey. I understand we all know that Frey's better, but it's okay if we have Noah Allen and Falcon, and then have either or. It's better with Frey, but either or on that other side. I think as long as you have those guys in the back, Bright and Busquets, you should be able to cover and maintain this match in front of you. We need to rely on our attack. He needs to have the, I don't know, the strength, the balls, or whatever you want to call it. He needs to be able to put in the proper guys in attack. Put Obando in there. I don't understand why you just can't have a youthful attacker being flanked by a Messi, by Allende, and that could make such a huge difference for this club. Or Fafa, like there's so many different things that he could do in the attack to try to open up if that's really his issue, and he hasn't done that at any point this season. We haven't seen that solid back line with the maximized attackers. If he can just do that once, I think we can really get a feel for what this club can be.
Yeah, something that really worries me is outside of our inability to score recently, which I think is what you're sort of getting at, is a lot of San Jose's opportunities comes from their pressing ability. And I trust Jordi Alba with the ball. Heck, I trust Noah Allen with the ball. But like Chelo, it's like his greatest deficiency is losing the ball in a bad position. So San Jose's ability for their attackers to press and gain possession in dangerous positions is something that's terrifying, because these guys are so clinical in front of net, and the array of goals that they can score, like just in watching highlights from the last 2 matches, you'll see, I'm going to use FIFA terms. You'll see a finesse shot. You'll see a chip shot. You'll see a power shot. You'll see like the whole spectrum of goals scored. And it's because they have very skilled attackers and very skilled finishers. And you can't be messing around the way that Inter Miami's been messing around in a lot of these matches and expect to come out with even a point. And given some of these results that we've had in the last 2-3 weeks, we need to start getting back on track. The MLS season is a long season, and like, as much as we talk about really this stretch of 4-5 weeks being pretty disastrous, things can get right back on track. We still have a game in hand over a lot of teams that are ahead of us. I think if we win tomorrow, or if we win that game in hand, we're only like a point or 2 off first place. Yeah. So I think like we got to right the ship, steady the ship, and there's a lot to do tomorrow, but we have the pieces to do it. Like I'm not so down on the team to say like they can't fix it, because we have so much talent that eventually, hopefully, knock on wood, like it's got to come good.
And to piggyback off of what David was saying, I haven't seen that back line that David was mentioning, and that defense in general. I haven't seen that defense really get smoked when they play together. The times we've seen them get smoked are these, like David was saying, the weird lineups from last match when we just have bits and pieces and like a Frankenstein back line out there. When we have who we think are the strongest defensive starters out there, we haven't been blown out. We haven't been scored on that much. What, a goal, maybe two once in a while, but we don't see that blowout 4 goals that we've been seeing the last few matches. And I think that's saying a lot. And it's a shame that Mascherano either doesn't see that or doesn't want to see it, or whatever the case may be. He needs to change that. He needs to change that. His call, not even to fame, because there's nothing to call to fame for his management. He hasn't done anything, but his thing was defense, right? He's supposed to fix the defense, and he hasn't, to be honest. It seems like he keeps tinkering, something that we hated about Tata, tinkering all the time, and he's been doing it a lot lately, and it's just frustrating to watch him do that and just mess up this defense, which we thought was fine. The issue was the attack, and now everything's just wrong. There's nothing going well for this team right now.
So who's gonna step up for Inter Miami in this match? Like, obviously we know Messi's been playing with a lot of emotion and all that. So Jose, you can't say Messi. So who's gonna step up? Like, who do we think is gonna take that step? Who do we think Mascherano is gonna put out there? Honestly, might be the more pressing question.
That's the problem. It's go, Chris. Sorry.
I think
you had passion in what you were about to say.
I think Mascherano wanted to start Fafa last match, and the whole migraine thing kind of screwed that up, and that's why he came out with that crazy formation. Because God forbid he has a backup, right, just in case something happens.
That's why he didn't play a striker.
Right, yeah. It doesn't make any sense. But regardless, I think Fafa has to come out, has to be started, has to come out, and he will have a big match. And I think that's what's needed, really. That's my key player. I think he brings a lot to this offense, or to this attack, that other players can't really do. He's very strong in attack in the box. He makes a lot of plays in there. He's basically that point man. He's that piece, that target piece for all of the crossing going on. Remember last match, we had a bunch of crosses, but there was no one to do anything with. And I think Fafa would have made a big difference in that match last time. So I want to watch him. I think if we kind of had the same game plan going into this one as we did last time, kind of playing from the wings, getting the crosses in with Fafa in there, I think it'll be a little bit different from what we saw last time.
I'm going to do you one better. Same game plan, but without Fafa being the focal point. I want to see Frey and Owando be a big part of the attack. We've seen Frey be able to transition from defense to the attack seamlessly, be able to really navigate the traffic in the box and feed people in the middle. What better person to feed than your tallest striker in Owando, and somebody who, when he joined the club, said, "I'd like to specialize in aerial attacks." Like, he wants to win headers. So if that was our game plan last match, without a true 9, give it to me again with a reliable winger who can really feed him, and give me the tallest guy that we have, youthful guy who can jump and really find the way to put the ball in the back of the net. I think if we can incorporate those two players from the start of the match, let's not put them in the 60, 65th, 70th minute. Like, you've wasted so much time. Like, get these guys some run, and let's see us freaking open up the attack for once.
Well, all that being said,
you want to see Di Maria out there?
You want to hear? Did you know?
Yes.
This is all very panicky and very sad, and I also have a betting segment that I'd like to get to. Which would you like to hear first?
Well, you kind of teased the "did you know," so how about we get that out of the way?
Did you know that the Warriors playing Game 4 this week, right? And they also have the Inter Miami game. Did you know that the Inter Miami game is actually the hottest ticket in town, not the Warriors playoff game?
Is it the same town?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Guess what? $158 per ticket for the Warriors game, and $358 standing room only at San Jose game.
That's outrageous.
$408 if you want to take a seat.
If you want to take a seat at the circus, that is Inter Miami right now.
Also,
speaking of circus, did you see Messi hanging out of the window yesterday?
Yeah,
like if he was
like a papa just going out there, you know. Incredible. Also, May 10th, they just had a game for just to put into perspective.
Who,
not
the
a
Warriors?
sellout. Yeah, San Jose. And to put
The San Jose Warriors?
Yeah, it was $23. Not sold out.
Outrageous, man.
Just perspective. The swing.
crazy.
All right. So what's the bet, Jose? What's the parlay here?
All right.
This is the betting segment.
Did you make an intro, Jose, for your betting segment?
I did not.
Damn, shame.
I did not. So I got it at I put a parlay. Okay, it's a plus 145 Miami, plus 160 San Jose, and plus 300 to tie. I'm picking the win for Inter Miami, plus 145. We're the favorites, and minus 225 for both teams to score. I feel like that's an obvious one. And minus 105 for Messi to score. So with all that being said, $20 will get me a $95 payout.
Run it by again one more time. Inter Miami win, Messi score, and what else? What was the third one? Jesus
Messi
Christ.
to score.
Messi score, both teams score, and Miami wins.
Yeah.
Oh, both teams to score. Gotcha.
Oh, both teams to score.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid one. Although never
I think
mind.
so.
We got predictions coming up.
Please bet responsibly. Jose is definitely not a financial advisor.
Correct.
Jose, why don't you let everyone know what's going on in your room right now?
Just got a bunch of swarming ants. Just keep swarming, man. This is
I just see you glancing all over your room.
Bro, it's swarming.
It's the ghosts. It's the ghosts of Robert Taylor. The mentors.
It's ridiculous.
What a world, huh? It's all the rain.
You should probably call an exterminator or something.
I should.
You know any good exterminators, Jose?
I do. You want me to do a plug?
Go on.
I actually have a pest control company, so it's funny that being in the situation that many people are always in, particularly in the summer, right? In Miami where it's raining, and then like I see little ants, and I'm like, what the hell, man?
It's a coordinated attack. They're trying to get the head of the snake.
Exactly. They're trying to snuff out the enemy.
It's all coming out.
Oh man. Well,
it's okay. Just wait till we log off.
He's gonna put a gas mask on.
It's gonna look very Breaking Bad in there.
Enjoying yourselves.
Darth Vader is gonna turn on the red light.
Let's just say these guys have a better attack than Messi and Co. right now.
Wow.
Damn. The podcast.
Full out attack right now.
Hey Jose, what about this for your betting? What do you guys think about a Fafa assist or score or free assist?
You know what the problem with that is?
I feel like they should put odds on will Fafa play.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Set the bar low.
Sure.
I'm betting on things that I know are for sure likely.
Like Messi's gonna start
after he walked out like the Pope. Like I feel like he has to score now.
I feel like if Frey gets an assist, we're winning. Because that means that he's playing and we're scoring, and that's a good sign. Now, if his assist comes like after he subs into the 75th minute, then never mind. But if he starts and he gets an assist, that's a very, very good sign.
I would.
And then Mascherano will bench him for the next 3 matches.
Right. He'll be like,
that
was weird.
He looked a little because you know what, Frey's too tall. Mascherano doesn't like that. That's why Toto's not playing.
I can't see the play. Frey, move.
Toto's not playing. He has Lujan. Yeah. You're not as tall. As
that doesn't
Toto.
hold up with it. I don't know though.
True.
He's Argentinian.
Oh, okay. So that's
Obando's
like
not
bypasses.
playing. He's 6'2". He doesn't want to see him out there.
Obando.
No tall guys.
All right, so let's get into some predictions here. Is La Peluca in the building?
Yes, he
La
is.
Peluca was
I
in
need to
this
make
side
some
of the-
imaging still. I've been sort of messing around with some rhyming words with Dave Stradamus.
And
Makes a
Peluca.
promise. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, there you go.
This is gonna be a hard one.
That's what she said.
The Peluca is telling me Inter Miami is gonna break the snide. It's gonna be a 3-2 butt clenching Inter Miami win. Frey gets the start. Obando gets the start. Miami gets the 3 points.
I like it. It's good.
Jose?
2-1. 2-1. You know, I don't think it's the problem with us lately is that we're so like up and down that I don't it's hard to pin them down, right? There was once upon a time when this team was kind of like when you can kind of like tell like what we're gonna be doing and I don't know who's gonna start. You know, like it's one of those things where like Fafa, for example, yeah, if I knew for a fact he was starting, Chris, I would definitely bet something on him. I feel like he's always involved in the play, and I feel like he brings a lot of spunk to an otherwise very sad offense.
All right. 2-1.
2-1.
Oh man. Decisions.
Do it. I know. I know. Do it.
I'm gonna go with the first of the season. I'm gonna predict the first loss in Heron Heads predictions. I'm gonna predict a 3-1 loss. And it kind of goes back to what Jose saying, we don't know what the starting lineup is gonna be anymore. So it's hard to really say anything. If the last few games tells us anything and Mascherano continues to do the same stupid crap that he's doing, I predict a 3-1 loss. His attack is very, very strong. If he pulls anything out on defense like he has recently, there's no way they could keep up with these guys up front. And our attack just isn't there. Our attack isn't there. He's not playing the right people. We don't know if Fafa's going to be in there. We don't know if Frey's going to be in there. Does he put Messi at the 9 again? That didn't work out very well. So, a lot of question marks leads me to that prediction. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 loss for Miami.
I'm going to go with a 3-3 draw with just a lot of goals. I agree. I think this attack is going to be the Inter Miami is going to have their hands full in defense. But I think Mascherano's hand is being forced here a little bit with Suarez out, and maybe something gets figured out here in the attack. Maybe we do see Obando start from the start, which would be really nice. And seeing how he plays with Messi, seeing how he plays with Allende or Fafa. So I think this match will have a lot of goals. I don't think San Jose has that great of a defense, although their structure could give us some problems sort of penetrating through the midfield. But otherwise, I think we'll have a good, we'll have chances, which I feel like we've had a hard time generating chances the past month and a half. But with Suarez not out there, I think we'll see some different looks, and hopefully that leads to lots of goals.
The other thing I forgot to mention is the travel. Man, that travel sucks out there. Yeah, they've been in there for a few days already, but that travel out west, historically, Miami just does horrible out there.
Well,
so
they're
that's
learning
something else against them.
They're learning from their mistakes. They didn't fly out the morning of the match.
Who would have thought?
Something to be said about that.
So I really like this question, and I would like to explore it a little bit. If there was a bingo card for the game tomorrow, what would be on it?
Pain.
That's the center one. That's the center
Pain
one
is the free bingo.
That's the freebie.
I wrote a couple things down while I was thinking about it.
Just say them, Julio. We didn't have
Did you know, Jose?
I would say for me, it's Kremaski gets the ball in transition and just brings the play to a screeching halt for no apparent reason.
I did not have that one.
That's one for me.
I have a fan on the pitch.
Yeah.
Is
Mascherano,
Drake playing or
sourpuss face. A Mascherano face. Like,
is Drake playing or Study?
Ustadi.
Drake, I think Drake is like
Drake's
had
injured.
surgery.
He got a hernia surgery,
Yeah.
Okay, so he's definitely out.
supposedly.
Toto Yellow would be on the bingo card.
I miss those.
He plays.
Alba yelling at someone. Messi scores.
Ustadi over 80% passing.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Alba perfect pass to nobody.
Cello own goal is a good one.
I better not see that.
That would have hit. That would hit last.
Messi,
Alba descent.
Messi
that one.
storming off regardless of the outcome.
Oh, Busquets drag back. That doesn't work.
And they see it coming again.
Yeah, right.
Lujan getting
A red
torched.
card. I hope.
Hey,
if it
we've
is
still
for them.
down with those after the hot start.
After averaging one a match, it's good on us. It's because Toto was removed from the lineup as well.
Redondo elbow somebody. That's
Oh, yeah,
fantastic.
that's a really good one. Yeah, for sure.
Obando doesn't play.
No bando.
Random celebrity in the crowd shown on TV.
What's a San Jose celebrity?
Steph Curry.
Oh, doesn't he have a game?
Yeah, no one's
Brock
gonna be
Purdy.
there.
Brock
It's gotta
Purdy
be
will
like
be
a.
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be like a San Francisco 49er or something.
Yeah.
A spicy
Marshawn,
tifo.
Marshawn Lynch.
A
Ooh,
tifo
yes, that's a good one.
about the team's history.
Oh,
History over heritage.
of course.
Someone,
Oh god,
Tifo
that Bessie.
calling it a
the
Miami
Bessie thing.
plastic or something like that.
I mean,
good
that
one.
one's.
Yeah,
Boring.
some form of Pessy flag.
I got to go in. 95% of the people there being Inter Miami fans, actually being Messi fans.
Messi fans.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. A video clip showing Messi and someone walking into the stadium with a mate,
Oh,
a classic.
that should be the centerpiece because that's constant.
Nah, Payne is better.
Or less so now that Luis Suarez isn't playing, because that was the shot always is him and Suarez with their little mate.
Correct. Maybe they'll use like old footage.
Where's Suarez? It's just him at the wedding with his mate.
Right. They got him on Zoom.
Hey, before we looking forward to tomorrow. Hey, before we wrap this up, which I feel like we're about to do, Icy Fox mentioned Beckham tweet for the bingo card. What did you guys think about the whole Beckham saga with him?
Should not have gotten
tweeting?
involved.
It only makes it worse.
Just
You
should not have gotten
legitimize-
involved.
You legitimize a stupid tweet from the team account, and I get it. Every team has an admin who's just on Twitter, lives on Twitter, just trying to get engagement. Like we've seen it. Like people will just try to do outrageous stuff just to get engagement, and that's
Just
exactly what
look
it
at
was.
Arby's.
I mean, Julio, you said nobody looks at Arby's
Arby's tweets out today that their ham and
for
Swiss
no
is back.
reason.
So it's like, unlike Dad, ham and Swiss is back.
So bad.
For no reason.
These brand accounts just tweet. It's engagement farming. Like it's just
They're given so
You
much
can't-
freedom.
you can't fall into it.
It's insane.
And then he's asking for respect. It's like, man, the only way, especially in this league, which nobody gives a crap about anything, the only way you're gonna get respect is just to beat the respect out of these teams. So like, we just gotta prove it on the pitch. There's no other way. They're not gonna just give you the respect. Everybody respects Messi, but that's about it. They're not gonna respect the club or the
Yeah,
process.
And
in which
not
we got
even
everyone.
at this point, MLS fans and other fans of the other teams, they don't want Messi. They're tired of Messi. They
It's the
didn't.
fatigue.
It's the fatigue. It's a lot of them didn't want him in the first place. They say it's a bad thing, all this money grab and all that stuff. So Messi's not even respected in the MLS at this point. You know, he's always gonna have his Messi fans, but true fans of other teams in this league, they don't want anything to do with him. They'll make fun of him all day.
I think that's like a Inter Miami thing. I think they hate Inter Miami for being the team that's bought and not like brought up through the system and not having paid their dues. We're always going to be looked at as the team that brings in players. I mean, even when we brought in like Higuain and Matuidi, like it was
LAFC
still,
does it. LA Galaxy, like big market teams tend to do this. It shouldn't
of course.
be frowned upon, but it is pretty nasty that you do see. And again, whatever, people are assholes. That's fine, but like you see, there is a disrespect now towards Messi as well, where you see the players now scoring and doing the sue on him, or they'll post pictures of like right after the match them or about like Ronaldo or something like that, and just like congratulations, your team beat another team. It's not one individual player. And if you didn't respect him so much, then why are you putting three guys staring at him the entire match?
Yeah.
Wait, before we get into anything, I wanted to bring this up for Jose. What does this say?
You're muted. You're
on
muted.
Mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
It says Mike doesn't pick up the foreign language, is what it is.
Buena nota, amigos. Soy brasileiro, muito fã de Messi. So it's a good night, friends. I'm Brazilian. I'm a fan of Messi. Para fin fosse de dos maiores jogadores de futebol argentino que eu vi foi Lionel Messi e Gabriel Batista.
For him,
the best.
the two best players from Argentina that he's ever seen were Lionel Messi and Gabriel Batista.
My long lost cousin.
Yeah. Thank you, Danilo. We appreciate you joining us. Welcome from Brazil.
Obrigado.
I've been to Brazil. It's nice.
I like turtles.
Nice beaches. Lots of beaches.
Man. All right. We get it. All right, guys. Yeah. Any last words here before we
You want to get into this?
No. I mean, yeah, I think
discussed this at the beginning of the podcast.
When Messi leaves, the hype, the high audience it's gonna drop off. I think that's a very obvious statement. It's gonna drop off. How much of a drop off will it be? That's what MLS is gonna be fighting up to the point where he does leave. So
yeah, it depends on the plan. Honestly, if Inter Miami sets themselves up for success, which is why I figured acquiring a player like Kevin De Bruyne suited them best, because it gives them something like a beacon for life after Messi. He's much younger, like he's 33, so he's quite a bit younger than these other players. He's 5 years ahead of them, so I mean that gives you 5 years to work with. You know that Messi's not going to give you another 5, so that's why I thought that was smart if they went after him. But now I read a rumor that Miami was the one that said that they don't really want that to happen. So it's a shame, but yeah, they're gonna need to bring someone on. Whether there's the rumors of Neymar or whoever, they're gonna need to keep that hype up. They're gonna need a big name to keep that hype. And Miami's kind of notorious for chasing big names. Look at the Heat.
Especially Dave, we're gonna have a brand new stadium. We want that thing filled. We do not want that thing empty. So
yeah.
So while I do think that the overall hype and high audience, I think there's levels to Messi, right? And we've known that as a podcast that we're like, this guy brings like we have our subs and our regular folks that like to partake in our podcast with us. But when Messi scores a hat trick and we win on a very big game like we did, I think last year against LAFC, it's incredible the numbers that every podcast will get, because people can't get enough of this guy. It is what it is. So when he does super well and he's the Messi of old, the numbers skyrocket for everyone involved. When he doesn't play or he's upset and we lose 4-1, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, I think above all, we have to figure out a way to win. While that doesn't drive the high viewership numbers, I think that we're hopefully getting a little bit of a culture down here, and hopefully we can sustain it.
Yeah, I think Jose, the key thing here too, if we want to, like Julio said, we're not going to keep all of these fans that are still here. It's just not going to happen. But the key here is you got to win something of significance. Winning something of significance, doing right by Messi, it helps you keep all of the Messi fans that are following this team. They may continue following this team if there's success, if they see that this team is capable of doing more and treating their players right and just building a proper team. You know, if these fans are watching what's happening right now, it's not good, Bob. If they're watching what happened last season, you know, probably a high chance of more people staying. But, you know, it just depends what the team wants to do, how they build it, and how they treat really the end of Messi's career here in Miami.
Well said. And with that, Jose, we'll see you tomorrow for a live watch along. But until then, thank you for tuning into the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami, powered by 786 Sports. Regardless if we go live tomorrow night or not, we will do a show on Thursday to both recap tomorrow's match and also to preview the weekend match. We got a lot of matches coming up, so it'll probably be a similar schedule moving forward.
Derby weekend.
Yes, indeed. We will see you guys, worst case, on Thursday. So until then, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.